moon, get your ticket now. Everybody line up, get your tickets, we're going to Did you buy the tip? Yeah. Do you like rocket ships? Oh, what a yeah. You wanna try this shit? Yeah. We got everything you need, you better buy some kitty now. Everybody, long live Ponzi. Everybody, long live Ponzi ride. Never short it. Bitcoin's back, alright.
Yes, indeed, Bitcoin is back. All right, welcome to SirToshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's day is Monday, June 14th, 2021. Just had to look at the date there. And let's get on with these figures. Here we go, rock and roll. So let's bring up CoinDance. And first of all, Samson Mao, Chief Strategy Officer at Blockstream. What can you tell us about CoolCoin BTC?
Yeah, Blockstream controls it.
That's right. What have we got to say about that, Max?
All right.
And why do we call BCHB crash?
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
There we go. That's why we call it B crash. You heard it here first. So let's move on to Bitcoin. Craig, we know that you created Bitcoin. So tell us, why did you create it? And why are you spending all this money developing all this growth on the network with like transactions and data volume and block size, all that? Can you tell us?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin. That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Oh, amazing. Thank you very much. Now we know. So we've got Bitcoin 0.5% of the hash rate, network nodes 1.9 transactions, 54.7% of the overall transactions on the network, absolutely smashing it. Block size 77, because this is what Bitcoin is all about. Bitcoin is the largest ever created data management network on the planet. It is sensational, not just because of its speed, size and scale and cost and efficiencies, but because of its economic model. It is just beautiful. Data security and everything. For the first time ever, we have a truly decentralized, distributed, single ledger network. It is phenomenal. So bearing in mind that it is for everybody to use, including world trade and global commerce, Roger Ver, who forked Bcrash, tell us, what do you say to all those people, particularly those large international clients that send like billions of dollars across the world every day, that say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system so that they have legal recourse? What's your answer to that?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Fine, I will, you absolute buffoon. Right, so let's have a look at these blocks on Bitcoin. But first of all, we'll just have a quick chat with Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor, what is it we want?
Big blocks.
That's right. What size?
$100 million chunks.
That'll do. Whereabouts?
On the blockchain.
All right, let's have a look for these big blocks then. So we've got a 3 megabyte block, and remember we're looking for big and small blocks because there is a hash war going on, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. So 3 megabytes, 1, 3, 2, 7, 12, 22. We want double digits here, but yeah, 8, 1, 4, 3, 3, 2, 4. That's all right. Oh dear, look at CoolCoin BTC. Look at all these skinny blocks here on the left-hand column. Look at that. They're having trouble getting a megabyte worth of data in those blocks. Dear oh dear. And Bcrash, not a chance. Literally not a chance. They are dead chains. Absolutely ridiculous. So hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value, and it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. That's what it is all about. Proof of work by network, CoolCoin Bcrash will fall into their own footprint one day because they're Ponzi schemes, because they'll just simply crash overnight, as Ponzi schemes do. Hashrate Bcrash Bitcoin, who cares? Bcrash Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? It is currently 16,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than CoolCoin, which is more than 10 times cheaper than... is that? Oh no. maybe just 3 or 4 times cheaper than, maybe 3 times cheaper than Bcrash at the moment. Never mind. Still 3 times cheaper. That's 300% cheaper. I wonder what's happened there. We'll have a look at those figures in just a minute. SV mining profitability, what's this? It is currently 183% more profitable to mine on BTC than it is on Bitcoin. A bit stumped by that. Amazing. We'll have to see what's going on there. And it's currently 243 times more profitable to mine on Bcrash than Corecoin. But this shows you there must be huge competition. Oh my goodness me. Oh my god. I've not seen these figures like this. Look at this, 183% more profitable to mine on BTC. Oh my god. That shows you the competition for Bitcoin. This is what we're going to see. This is a reflection of miners desperately competing to get on the genuine Bitcoin chain when it's 183% more profitable to mine on Corecoin. Whoa. 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 I have not seen figures like that for a long... I just don't remember seeing figures like that. Wow. See, look, these could be massive indicators. These could be massive indicators. I'm telling you, everything is in the figures. That is quite exciting, as you can probably tell by the pitch of my voice there. Wow. All right, looking forward to seeing the hash rate in a minute then. Daily average of Bitcoin block size by network. Yeah, Bitcoin absolutely smashing it. Transactions by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block by network, Bitcoin winning, as you'd expect. Fees USD, this is fees in the actual block, not necessarily not per transaction, it's just fees in the block. This is fees SirToshi's in the block. Something's going on there. Something is going on there. And this is daily Bitcoin fees divided by a block reward ratio. So this is the ratio. Again, we'll monitor this over time because we're expecting a huge increase in both price and transaction volume, which will increase the fees in the block. Look at this daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Mind the gap. What are we looking at here? Look at this. Let's just expand this a little further. Look at that. So we have now got 375 gigabytes of data on chain. Beautiful. Let's have a quick word with Craig telling us about the expected growth of Bitcoin. Here we go.
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
380 gigabyte blocks. So imagine this, 11 years worth of data on chain at the moment, fitted into one block. That's what they've tested. Amazing. That is what's coming.
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Beautiful.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
There we go. Absolutely huge.
Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Absolutely amazing. Right, and let's have a look at the growth of the chain. Look at that. We are now 21.28 gigabytes in front of Corecoin. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. Right, let's get back onto CoinDance then. Here we go. So global hash rate 7 days. Let's have a look at global hash rate 24 hours. Via BTC turning it up there. Let's have a look at Corecoin. So Antpool turning their hash rate up on Corecoin here. Trading places with via BTC. Looks like we've got Binance and BTC.com trading places. Everything else pretty much the same. F2 Pool though down in 6th place. Not used to seeing that. They've been a huge mining pool for a long time. All right, let's get into the nitty gritty. Oh, look at this. Antpool have had to reduce their hash rate on their network just to prevent all these shitcoiners from thinking there's going to be a 51% attack when basically it's Antpool and Binance, which are or Antpool and BTC.com, which are Bitmain, sorry, they're the ones that effectively financed BCH, and they wanted to add wormhole cash and all this absolute crap on it. Completely ridiculous project. So that's why they're mining it. But look at Bitcoin here. Look at this. So Tau with 52.7%, Hathor 27.7%, via BTC being squeezed. That's good. Good to see Mempool, Norpool still on there holding their own. A little bit of F2 Pool maybe gesturing, who knows. BTC.com, don't want them on there. Good to see F2 Pool, and there was Dutch mining on there too. Alright, but the whole idea of that is to make mining less profitable, so that the miners, these shitcoin miners, are not holding any Bitcoin. So it basically means that when the time comes, they're going to be dumping their shitcoins to get hold of this Bitcoin. It is going to be absolutely epic. And in the meantime, we're just preventing them from artificially suppressing the price, because that's the only thing that they understand, because they don't understand what Bitcoin is. So let's quickly move on to the short positions on Binance here. Let's have a little look. If you wouldn't mind hurrying up. Bitfinex, sorry. Seriously, live show. Seconds are ticking away. 11 minutes already. Come on. Oh, right, so short positions. Started off at 91. Yeah, probably 89. Pfft, what a joke. Let's have a look at the Bitcoin blockchain working live in front of our very eyes. Check it out. Going to refresh that. Here we go. Come on, let's have it. Come on, come on. Oh, what is this? There we go. That's more like it. So for any newbies watching this, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen are the transactions being recognized by the mining nodes on the network. Once they're recognized by more than 50% of the mining nodes, which is instantly because Bitcoin is an ultra small world mandala network, the transactions are basically they're confirmed valid. Then they're thrown into the memory pool, which is where they're competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, place the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. So you can see on this block here, 135 megabytes. In the highlighted rectangular box below that, we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, the size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and the total fees in that block were $131. And it's this block reward which will eventually surpass, or it's this fees in the block that will eventually surpass the block reward. As we will let Laura Shin explain right now. Here we go. Let's have a little chat with her.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough transaction fees in layer one to support the miners when the time comes, because it's been purposely restricted. That's the whole point of it. They want Bitcoin to purposely fail, and this goon doesn't even understand what he's talking about. Oh, there's going to be many layer one transactions. Well, how can there be many layer one transactions when there's got a 1 megabyte block size? At 7 transactions a second, absolutely insane. And 7 transactions a second, they reckon is going to support all of this lot. Look at all this. Look at all this. There is no way Bitcoin was ever meant to do just 7 transactions per second. It is literally the new global financial system. It is the new internet. It is just absolutely amazing. A commercial internet. Because as we all know, the current internet was never designed for commercial use. However, this is exactly what Bitcoin was designed for. It is absolutely sensational. So let's have a look at BitInfo charts quickly. So look at this. Look at that. Knocking on 14% of the overall transactions on the entire market. So we're just going to have a listen to the Chief Technical Officer at XRP telling us that it's a completely centralized project and utterly worthless.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs. And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
What a joke. And now let's listen to the founders of Ethereum telling us that they knew Bitcoin. They knew that Ethereum couldn't scale.
It scales somewhat.
Scaling somewhat is not suitable enough.
Plans or initial thinking. We knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
Really? Well, maybe you should have announced that before you promoted it or created it. What an absolute joke that is. So let's have a look at transactions quickly, just because I love this chart. 3 years, log. That is Bitcoin in the purple. Beautiful. Let's move on. Scaling test network. Yeah, just checking the figures there. Alrighty. And let's move on to the Terra node because we know that the scaling test network is going to be outdated very soon. Take the floor, Mr. Shadders.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terra node that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems.
Beautiful. Now listen to the disclaimer.
For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time.
And the roadmap?
By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it.
Amazing.
Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Beautiful, Steve. Beautiful. Trends.cash, apps ranking by money spent, TDXPF still absolutely macking it. Look at this apps ranking by performed actions, CryptoFights 32%. Amazing. And then we saw this yesterday. Bitcoin Hoarder wrote here, CryptoFights is getting insane attention. Lots of influx of players from other chains mentioning how the fees are so low and no other chain can do this. Woohoo! Absolutely amazing. CryptoQuant, yeah, look at this. So BTC All Exchange Reserves, yes, they have indeed been cashing out before everybody realizes that it's got no fundamental value whatsoever and it crashes to zero. But that has caused a squeeze in the liquidity, which has caused a massive spike in the price as Tether have been printing massive amounts of Tether in order to counteract the exchanges cashing out their reserves, and it's caused a massive bubble, which is what we're looking at here. Not good. What's on chain? Estimated next block size 19.46 megabytes. Currently mempool usage is 24. Lovely, look at that. Now this is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Let's look at Corecoin BTC. This is probably what it's not meant to look like. Look at that. That looks absolutely horrendous. There is no continuity in that whatsoever. An absolute joke. and we can actually have a look at TX Street to see what this 1 megabyte block has caused. An absolute joke. Memory pool size currently just 9 megabytes. Something's up, but look, the median transaction fee is still $2.03. What a joke. So now we're just going to have a listen to Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream that control BTC, what he thinks is suitable for a payment system.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, you absolute muppet. and now we're going to have a listen to Vitalik negging on BTC when it actually had 5 cents transactions.
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
So why does your internet of money have a transfer fee of 55 cents then, Vitalik? Do you want to explain that? No, I didn't think so. So let's have a look at our own shit show. Look at all the amount of money that's being printed recently, and what does that mean?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
And that's what we're looking at there. It's not looking good. Knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us. How we feeling, CoinGecko? 74% feeling good, loving that. The morning run, trade volume, only $1,800. Good. Stay away from that. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. Let's have a look at the depth chart. 7.1 million bids versus 6.5 million asks. That's all right. More buyers and sellers. Looky, looky. Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin and USD. Oh, got a little rise in the price there. Good, good. Let's have a look at a core coin. Oh, that's going up as well. Who cares? Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus core coin. Oh, core coin just simply getting ahead. Never mind. The entire shit show. Oh, Civ Green at the moment. Shitcoin is going to be loving that. Let's have a look at my YouTube video. Oh, channel subscribers 568. Alrighty. Let's have a look at Streamanity. Hey, made over $1 for yesterday's video. Thank you very much. Acorn Stacks, look at Twitch new users, 75 in the last 24 hours. That'll do, moving in the right direction. My followers, 419. A Ruthie's tweet, 965, loving that. Let's have a quick look at Satoshi. Where is he? Here we go. 78,400, 78,400 followers. Twitter are taking them away. And let's have a look at stablecoin printer. Any more USDT being printed? Oh, it's all USDC. Amazing. Right, there we go. Right, people, we're up to date with the figures. Hope you enjoyed the show. 20 minutes. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.sirtoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.